Hey, you there. I want to talk today about our fears. And I read a few interesting things that made me think. And I wrote a blog post called How to Deal with Fear. It's based on something really cool that I read in the book of one of my favorite people, Dr. Edith Eger. So she wrote in the book, The Gift, a few things about fear that I thought it was really cool and could really use in our day to day. And one of the things that she says, and I hope you're going to read the blog post to kind of like let it sink in. One of the things that she says that I thought was so cool and different that I never heard before was make a list of all your fears. So I'm a list girly. I don't know about you. I write lists for everything. And I was like, wow, this is genius because at least for me, I don't know for you, maybe because I like to write. When I write something down, I bring it down. It's clear. It's on the paper. There's no, like, you can't say, oh no, it's black on white. It's there. You can see exactly, and you take it out of you, words that you never expressed before, even to yourself. So really, I think the whole idea that she's saying about like write your fears down is, and stare them, stare them in the eye, is to confront them, face them. I think a lot of times our fears, they grow into something bigger because we don't even acknowledge, we can't even say them out loud. We're so scared to express it. God forbid it's going to happen if we say it. And so I thought something really cool that I read in another blog post that says the things you avoid, things we're scared of, afraid of, the things you avoid, you have a very high cost, and you pay it with anxiety. And I thought it was so true. Most of our anxieties, it's like fears that didn't happen, right? It's like things that we're scared of, but it didn't happen. But we constantly on our brains churning it over, anxious about it, but it never happened. It's because we didn't fear it, we didn't confront it, we didn't face it, we didn't look at it in the eye, we didn't express it. So it just keeps eating us inside alive with anxiety, with like, oh, what if this is gonna happen? What if this is gonna get wrong? What if this, So you pay a cost for avoiding your fears, and you pay with anxiety in your body, in your mind. And I thought about an experience that I had, and I really think it makes sense because we all have fears, it's normal, we're humans. And I realized that maybe many of you had, an incident that was really scary, God forbid, should never happen, but we all go through that. And I remember when I was 13 years old, I was boarding someone's house in a family, and we had a robbery. So I was 13, my sister was 12. Obviously, it was a very scary situation. They kept us in a room for 2 hours and a half. And one of the robbers actually put a knife here on my neck and asked if there was a phone in the bathroom. That was many years ago, with no cell phones. And I remember clearly, even though I was praying the whole time quietly, I did not fear those 2.5 hours. I wasn't fearing. I wasn't like trembling. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. I was just, because, and then today, almost 20 years later, I can kind of like, based on what I'm reading, what I'm learning, is that when something is happening to you, you have no other choice but to confront it. You can't avoid it. You can't forget it. You can't put it in a drawer. There's nothing you can do. You have to confront it. You have to live through it. And, you just have to go through it. So when you actually go through, that's why sometimes I find people in like terrible, tragic situations, they have this strength out of like, it seems like out of nowhere, right? Like, how did I go through that? And you see that in a lot of survivors of like very tragic, crazy, scary situations, that they just do it. Because I feel when you don't have, maybe just me, my own thoughts, I don't know if it resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that too. But I feel that when you don't have a choice and you have to go through it, I was stuck in that room for 2.5 hours. I had no choice. The guy had a gun and he's like, nobody's leaving. So when you don't have a choice, you just go right through your fears. You just say 1 minute after the other, keep praying, this is gonna end soon. And you just go through it, and you don't actually feel the fear. So I think from what I'm getting from Dr. Edith's books, her wisdom, and other things that I'm reading about the anxiety that you pay with anxiety when you don't face your fears, It's really that we have to face our fears. We have to face it in a way that we have no choice. We have to face our fears, something that we don't do enough. Think about them, look in the mirror and like, what am I afraid of? What, and really that will bring us less anxiety, hopefully more peace, more calm, more inner strength. And at the end of the day, I'm sure we all want that, especially in this world that we live today. So I hope this resonates with you, this little piece of wisdom of different places that I'm just thinking about. And have a blessed day. It's a beautiful day outside. All the best. Take care.